time for our favorite daily segment, First and Football.
Let's go.
And I lied. I do have to lead with the Jets because they're the dumbest franchise in the NFL, and that includes the Cleveland Browns. Robert Saleh, head coach of the New York Jets, said that even in a practice with no defense and no pads, Aaron Rodgers had some quote-unquote wow moments. He's a fanboy. That's what I just figured out. This is not a head coach star quarterback relationship. This is a rock star quarterback who's a legitimate celebrity in his own right, even off the field, and a guy that can't believe he gets to share the same oxygen as that star quarterback. That's what you're seeing, meaning it's Aaron Rodgers that controls the New York Jets now, not Robert Saleh. He's in awe of Aaron Rodgers because if you've been around football long enough, and Robert Saleh has, in theory, even though I as a fan guffaw over some of these passes and that slow motion one yesterday, that was 60 yards on a perfect rainbow arc right into the breadbasket of a wide receiver. The head coach shouldn't feel that way. This should be something that's normal for him.
Yeah, this is like entering into a new relationship. Everything that the partner does at the beginning is like fawned over. You're salivate. Oh, you've never seen it before. You've never felt like this. Everything is exciting. Yeah. Until you start to hit a couple bumps in the road.
Well, it's like she just farted in front of you for the first time.
And then you're like, whoa, what was
I
that?
didn't sign up for this.
One of the things I would caution Robert Saleh is take a page out of his offensive coordinator. Like, this is what was done in Denver last year with Russell Wilson.
Yes.
Like, everything was made about whatever the quarterback wants, whatever the quarterback needs. That's what we're here to do.
Yes.
You got to caution yourself at doing that because once things start to go awry, now it's like no one feels like inside that locker room that you will ever put blame where blame needs to be.
Now, to be fair, Aaron Rodgers has not pulled some of the nonsense we heard that Russell Wilson pulled where he kind of separated himself from the guys.
Nope.
So be clear about that. But, just watching Robert Saleh there, it's so, I don't know why I missed it. Timmy, I should be better than that. I apologize. But he's just a super fan.
Yeah,
that's what he is.
What he said? What type of throw?
Wow
was that?
moments.
Wow moments.
I saw some wow moments.
One throw he made was dirty.
Yeah, the dirty throw.
Dirty. That throw to Uzama, who wasn't guarded by anybody. Ooh. You know the guy that had 9 catches last year? That was a dirty throw.
Wow moment right there. Take a
When
week
you
off.
say a dirty throw, that means that, wow, that was nice.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Like D-Lo said, nice, I'm nice.
All right. Time now for second and football.
Yes.
And that's Matt LeFleur, Green Bay Packers, and there's Jordan Love right there. Okay, we know you got a six-pack. It's all good. And Matt LeFleur talked about the strides that his new starting quarterback has made. If you think that Jordan Love in his 4th NFL season is going to step right in and replace Aaron Rodgers, who replaced Brett Favre, and you are now concerned, his words not mine, about his mechanics and ability to throw the ball at any point in a drop back, that doesn't sound like a guy that's going to win a lot of games.
Well, what it does sound like is a quarter or a head coach that is really setting the bar lower.
Right.
Because you're not going to say all the great things and have the expectation of the fan base and the National Football League and media alike saying, oh, Jordan Love is just going to step in and be Aaron Rodgers. Well, I was there when the transition happened from Brett to Aaron.
Right.
And although we didn't have great team success, Aaron had tremendous individual success.
Right.
As far as throwing the ball. We had a phenomenal offensive season. I believe Jordan Love is going to have a great season, but you don't set the bar high. You allow them to establish the bar. That's what he's doing. He's making sure
He's trying to make it easier then.
Absolutely. He's taking all the pressure and placing it on himself.
All right. I mean, still the 4th-year quarterback, if footwork's a problem and mechanics are an issue, if I'm a Green Bay Packer fan, and thankfully I'm not.
What do you mean, thankfully you're not?
Right now in the moment, I'd rather be a Jet fan than a Packer fan.
Oh, my gosh.
In the moment. Now, historically, of course, I'd rather be a Packer fan. But, I wasn't born in Wisconsin. So this is my lot in life. My dad was a Giant fan. We didn't get along, so I became a Jet fan. Yeah. Plus, the first game I ever went to was at Shea Stadium where the New York Mets play to watch the New York Jets play, at the time, the Washington Redskins. And we lost by 30 in a preseason game, and it was love at first sight.
Wow.
Yeah, I still have more confidence in the Packers than the Jets.
Fair enough. All right.
Wow.
Mark that one down.
Yeah,
Tim.
please. Mark it down.
Right, first, and a memo to talk to you about that whole girth thing you did earlier. All right, time now for third and football. Everyone's favorite quote machine, the head coach of the Detroit Lions, the team most people think is going to win their division for the first time in 30 years this year. Jared Goff, of course, had a great year for the Lions last year.
Yes, he did.
And here's Dan Campbell talking about how much better Goff is going to be this year. You know, I don't even care what Dan Campbell says. I just love listening to him talk.
He's the best.
That's a man, right? That's just a football coach.
No doubt.
Makes no apologies for how he comes across.
Nope.
He's very consistent with who he is. There's no BS with him, which I'm sure guys like you three appreciate from a head coach. You know exactly where you stand. And he's right. Jared Goff had a hell of a year last year. I know a lot of people kind of look at him as, although Jimmy Garoppolo, well, you know, they got to a Super Bowl not because of him, or, you know, they did this because the coach was good at that. Jared Goff has become a upper echelon quarterback, and if he does have as good a year or better this year, coach is right, they're going to win the division.
Yeah, look, number one, can we put those numbers back on the screen, please?
I'm sure that we can.
Like,
we may choose not
the
to.
numbers speak for themselves. Like, Jared Goff clearly is a better quarterback, but a lot of it has to do with what's around him, the way that they've supported him. Number one, you talk about Dan Campbell and how he stays on brand and who he is. This time last year, Dan Campbell was saying things like Jared Goff understands what we're asking of him. If he can do it, then yes, he's going to be our quarterback. If he's not, Dan Campbell's going to lay it all out there.
Straight.
He's going to put it all out there, and either you digest it and you move forward and you have success with it, or you don't. They've supported him with the offensive line. They've given him weapons. They continue to put pieces around him. This is a good football team that is being run the correct way, that has a quarterback that knows I can stay in my lane, and as long as you support me, I can facilitate and execute. That's what he's been doing.
Could I make the argument that in the division, you have Kirk Cousins, you got Jordan Love, you got Jared Goff, and you've got Justin Fields.
Yes.
That Detroit's got the best starting quarterback, at least on paper, going into the season?
You can make that argument.
Is that a fair argument to make?
You can make that argument. Is he the most exciting quarterback? Absolutely not. Is he probably the most electrifying quarterback? Probably not. But numbers don't lie. Kirk Cousins has had a tremendous amount of success. We don't give him a lot of credit. But if you were to take one or the other, most people would probably take Goff.
And as you have said, you have a running back playing quarterback in Chicago.
In Chicago, exactly. We got a running back playing quarterback.
Yep.
And
I'm gonna need you to have more confidence in Justin Fields.
I mean, he got
Give him a little bit of love.
He got to show me some love first and go out there and stand in the pocket and throw the ball like he really can give it to them.
They got to protect
But anyway, you know, I'm gonna say this. I live in Detroit, and I love the coach there. He's like you said, he's an A1 guy, and he loves his team.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell, he loves his team, and he comes out and he puts it on the line every day, and he tells it like it is. When they lose, he says, you know, we was right there, and we going to win the next game. And they go out there and they play better. They might lose, but they play hard.
Yeah. Plus,
and when you have a coach that sits up there and cries.
You like that?
I like that.
You like an emotional coach.
I like him because he really cares about his team, and you're right. That team is going in the right direction, and Detroit, they really need.
Plus, if you're a Lion fan, I think a lot of fans view it this way. If my coach can beat up your coach, I feel pretty good just going into a game.
He can beat up everyone.
He like 6'7", 6'8".
I'm taking that dude. I like Robert Saleh. He's got the guns, but I'm taking Campbell.
Yeah, he's 6'7", 6'8".
If things get hairy, I'm under the table. Coach, go get him.
Yeah,
because he's biting kneecaps. He
will go get him. He is biting kneecaps.
He'll eat a kneecap. Hey there. Thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.